Why did my family suddenly want to reconnect after 8 years of silence? I'm 26, and my family cut me off when I was 18 after I caught my older brother stealing money from our sick grandmother. When I exposed him, they chose his side and kicked me out, said I was causing drama and tearing the family apart. 8 years later, I've built an amazing life. Good job as a software engineer, beautiful wife Sienna, twin daughters Emily and Sophie, zero contact with my toxic family. Then last month, I get this flood of messages. My parents, siblings, even distant cousins I haven't spoken to since childhood, all wanting to heal our family and meet my kids. Super weird timing, considering they'd blocked me on everything for years. My wife thought it was sketchy, so I did some digging. Turns out my grandmother, the one my brother Kevin stole from, had been secretly keeping tabs on me through a family friend who worked at my company. She recently updated her will after learning about my wife and daughters. Guess who she left everything to? Me, the grandson who actually tried to protect her from theft. And guess who found out about it? My entire family, thanks to my big-mouthed uncle who works at her lawyer's firm. Suddenly their "we miss you so much" messages made perfect sense. They weren't interested in rebuilding our relationship. They wanted access to what they thought would be their inheritance. The manipulation was absolutely insane. My mom sent photos of herself crying, saying she regretted choosing Kevin over me and wanted to make amends before it was too late. My dad offered to pay for a family vacation to Disney World for my daughters, something he never did when I was growing up. My sister kept texting about how Emily and Sophie needed to know their aunts, uncles, and cousins. But the most pathetic was my brother Kevin, the same one who stole $12,000 from grandma's cancer treatment fund, sending me this long handwritten apology letter about how he'd changed and grown as a person. He even mentioned how excited he was to be an uncle and help with college funds for my daughters. College funds? With what money, exactly? Last I heard, he was unemployed and living in mom's basement. My cousin Lisa started DMing my wife on Instagram, sharing old family photos and talking about holiday traditions the girls were missing out on. Even my deadbeat uncle tried adding me on LinkedIn with some sob story about wanting to reconnect before it was too late. The manipulation got progressively more desperate. My aunt started showing up at my workplace parking lot, waiting to ambush me with tears and fake apologies. My mom began posting throwback photos of us on Facebook, tagging me even though I'd blocked her, talking about how much she missed her son. Kevin even had the audacity to show up at Emily and Sophie's daycare, claiming he was their uncle and wanted to surprise them. The staff called me immediately and I had to get security involved. The best part? When I ignored them all completely, they started getting desperate and threatening to contest the will. My cousin even hired some sketchy lawyer to look into grandma's mental state when she changed it, claiming I must have manipulated her somehow. So I had my lawyer send them a little surprise, complete documentation of Kevin's theft that we'd kept all these years, along with bank records showing the money was never returned, plus recordings of family members admitting they knew about it but covered it up to protect their precious golden boy. Radio silence ever since. Funny how family loyalty works when money's involved. My grandmother passed peacefully last week, and her final words to me were an apology for taking so long to see the truth about who really cared about her versus who just wanted her assets. She left me everything, not just money, but her house, her jewelry, her car, and a heartbreaking letter explaining that she always knew who really loved her. The inheritance is substantial, over $2 million, but honestly, having her validation after all these years of being treated like the family villain means more than any dollar amount ever could. Now my former family is scrambling, probably wondering if there's any way back into my good graces. There isn't. That bridge is burned, buried, and salted. Sienna and I are using the money to secure our daughters' futures and donate to cancer research in grandma's memory.